What's up, y'all? My name is Ian Edwards, and welcome to the Soccer Comic Rant. And we definitely would talk Chelsea Liverpool, just because I had a feeling Liverpool would not play or would be celebrating winning the league, and that would give Chelsea a chance to beat them, which also rattles the people who were hoping that Liverpool would come out full force. Like Lloyd is pissed at Liverpool right now. I mean, so we'll talk about that. We'll talk about Man U. We'll talk about Southampton. We'll make fun of Arsenal more than Arsenal is just funny right now. So Arsenal is just they're in their winning era. And how is your winning era and your banter era the same era? Like United are in our banter era, but we still win trophies. Like Arsenal is doing the best they've done since the glory days of Wenger, and it's still hilarity. So that's pretty funny. And we'll talk about the Europa League games coming up with Spurs versus Bodø Glimt and Man United versus, is it Bilbao?
Yeah,
Athletic?
Athletic Bilbao.
Athletic
Yeah,
Bilbao. And we'll definitely talk about Arsenal PSG. Arsenal PSG. Are there going to be more jokes? Are we going to be watching Arsenal fan TV after the game? And Inter versus Barcelona. So we got Lee, co-host, usual suspect, stand-up comic. He's also going to tell us about the games he went to this week, and Southampton fan. How you feeling, fam?
I'm good. I'm tired. Been to 3 games in 3 days. It's a bank
Damn.
holiday weekend in the UK. So yeah, I mean, the first of those 3 games is Southampton Leicester. So the other 2 games have just been palate cleansers. By the way, that's I needed them.
Did they succeed in cleaning your palate after the 2-0 loss to Leicester?
Pretty much, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
They were
okay,
good.
all
They
right.
they were 2 playoff finals in like the real lower leagues.
Oh shit,
Um, so
serious.
one was a playoff to go from the eighth division to the seventh division, um, and one was a playoff to go from the 10th to the ninth. No, 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 from the ninth to the eighth, from the one
Damn,
below.
you went way down there. Are those non-league games?
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
what?
yeah. Anything below League Two is classed as non-league, and yeah, but they were like a couple of thousand people at both of them. Like they were sort of well supported games, and there were players sort of linked. Like that. So today, the game I was at, the director of one of the clubs is a guy called James Beattie, who was one of Southampton's
Remember James
like
BT?
best forwards in the early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, he was there, and so that was a little link. And they had on the bench was a guy called Charlie Austin, who used to play for like Southampton,
Remember
QPR,
him?
and some clubs. So yeah, so there was like a little link to Southampton in one of those games,
Oh, okay.
and yeah, it was good fun.
Oh, dope. Uh, Trying to figure out where we should start. Like, let's just talk Liverpool, Chelsea first, and
Mm,
then you
yeah.
know. So yeah, man. Like, so Lloyd is pissed. He's a Villa fan, and he wants one of those uh Europa Champions League spots. And he said something really funny. I was like, Lloyd, they already won. As Liverpool already won. They're gonna take the time off and not go full strength. They're in their honeymoon phase of winning the league.
Mm.
And Lloyd said, listen, man, you gotta help the people who helped you. Those are the rules. Like Liverpool did not win the title themselves. There's teams that beat teams that Liverpool needed beating that helped Liverpool win the title. So now it's the other way around. You can't take that time off. You got to beat the teams to help the teams that need to get in the Champions League spots too. So I was rolling. And he was not a fan of Slot's uh, Slot when he was interviewed about why he didn't start like his core midfield
Mm.
because he played Enzo, who I thought had a decent game, and he played Curtis and forgot who was Elliot, and he was like, you. Slot was like, I think he said he started those guys because he wants them to get like I feel like a part of the championship winning team.
Mm.
And Lloyd is like, yeah, you do that during the year, not after you won. But I was like, I'm always being devil's advocate. I'm like, sometimes you're 5-0 up and you have this young player on the bench and you throw him in for the last 3 minutes of the game. Not, not so that they can acclimate to help you later on in the season or the next year. And that's what the win in the league version of that is. Lloyd was not having it in that. He wanted Liverpool to go full strength and beat Chelsea, and that was not happening. But what do you think of that game?
Yeah, I mean, like you say, I don't even think it's like a. Obviously, the player selection is a conscious choice, but I don't think Liverpool sort of not quite being at their best, having won the league, is a conscious choice. I think that just sort of happens naturally. It's like you don't have to sort of run as hard, you don't have to tackle as hard. Like it takes the edge off because, like I say, even if it's not intentional, I think it just does that naturally. This is how human psychology works. It's yeah, I mean they still tried, but also I think Chelsea were up for it as well, given that they have like that carrot dangled in front of them of Champions League football if they can put a run together. And they played like they were trying to get Champions League football. Cole Palmer was firing again, even though the goal was a penalty that he scored. Like I think his overall play was better though. Like he was looking like he was trying to influence the game and make a difference. And yeah, I think Chelsea were good value for the win. Would they have won 3-1 if Liverpool had started with their like full strength midfield? Maybe not, but I still feel like Chelsea were up for this game, and yeah, they were good value for the win.
I feel like Lloyd should blame Arsenal. If Arsenal was still challenging for the title, then Liverpool would have to go 100% and probably would have won this game or at least got a point, which would keep Chelsea within the range. So you want to be mad at something. Don't be mad at Liverpool. Liverpool has done what they set out to do this season in the Premier League. They won it. So it's Arsenal at. Blame them. And
they've earned that luxury to rotate.
Yeah. To put their foot up, put their hands behind their head, and just enjoy football.
I'm saying Lloyd should blame Villa. It's like it's on you to win your games. Like it's not on. You can't rely on any other team. Like it's on you.
I told him that, but he hung up. That's when he hung up. Also, that Lavia, huh? Like a lot of people are blaming Maresca, and everything's emotional in sports. I get it. Like everybody's blaming Maresca. I guess at certain part of the season, Chelsea started looking stiff and had no answers. But that's the thing. He doesn't have. They bought too many players, but there's some of the players that they bought that they really need, and some of those people haven't been available. And one of them is Lavia. That guy, man, like. The 3 games I've seen him play for Chelsea this season has really impressed me. And he's just like when he's in effortless mode, you can't pressure him. You can't take the ball off him. You can't force him to make a mistake. He makes progressive passes and he's cool as shit. And there's that to have 3 midfielders like that is pretty bananas, and shit, if he was with you, he used to be with Southampton, right?
Yeah, so we only had him for like a season because we got him out of City's academy. They picked him from, I think it was Anderlecht in Belgium, and then he was at City's academy for a little while, and then we picked him up, threw him in the first team at like 17 years old in our
so he's still mad young
season. Yeah, he's still crazy young, and but like even in that season for us, we threw him in the first team at like 17, and he didn't look out of place. Like he was one of the real bright spots of a terrible season for us. We just sort of threw him in and said, right, can you play Premier League football? He's like 21 now, I think.
Were you renting him, or did you buy him?
No, we bought him. We bought him permanently. City put like a chunky like sell-on fee in there though. So as soon as we sold him to Chelsea for that big amount, we had to give a fair size of it to Man
And why'd you
City.
sell
But
him? Because you went down?
yeah, he was never going to stay after the way he played for us. But we made a big profit. I mean, Chelsea still paid like a huge amount for him. So yeah, we did pretty well there. So I'll take
Chelsea
it.
sold all their potential midfielders. Like Chelsea's going to go on a buying spree this summer, and you're just looking at Cole Palmer, you're looking at Lavia, and there's other players that they need, and they're just your academy's working, bro. Like let it do its job. Let your academy cook. But yeah, hats off to Chelsea. They're making the race look pretty entertaining. And it's just fun to see Lloyd bite his nails all the way to the end because we ain't in it. We got nothing to do with this, So let everybody be threatened. What do you think of Arsenal's loss to? Was it Bournemouth or Brentford?
Yeah, Bournemouth.
Bournemouth, yeah. Full strength.
You could kind of see it coming, and I was surprised that they did lose because I think at home Arsenal, even when they play these tricky teams, like Arsenal can turn it on when they want. But yeah, the fact that they went full strength and then didn't deliver was pretty crazy. Because I mean, Bournemouth are a good team. Bournemouth are a good team, so you need to be at it. And I mean, Bournemouth are just clever though. They set piece them. They set piece the set piece coach team.
Yeah, they did. And this is the second time because Bournemouth beat them early this season. Because I think I remember the game. I think Arsenal went down a man, and Bournemouth beat them at Bournemouth, and then now they beat them. I think that's this. This is a 6-pointer. They did the double on Arsenal this season.
Let me have a little look. AFC Bournemouth.
Yeah. And while you look, what did I want to say about Arsenal? It's just they've lost their intensity the last few games. Like I used to just always be impressed the way Arsenal started games. And I used to talk about it. I haven't talked about that, I realized, in a long time. And even in the Real Madrid game at home, like Real Madrid the one they won at home, Real Madrid started on top of them. And then they wobbled Arsenal, and then Arsenal steadied their legs, and then they took over that game. But PSG jumped on top of them and scored early. And even though Arsenal like straightened out their legs and got their legs together, it was too late, and they could never get the goal back. And then in this game, they started pretty decently, but it wasn't like I'm this dominant team that's going to dominate this team in the table below me. Like Bournemouth was giving it to them. It was going back and forth. And then in the second half, a problem with Arsenal is they have no offensive choices. People are injured. So people are mad at Arteta for lack of substitutions. Like they say, why didn't he put Winieri in? But Winieri ain't as good as the fan base keeps bragging that he is. They wanted him to put in Arteta to put Ranieri in during or earlier or during the PSG game. It's like Ranieri's not Miles Lewis Skelly. He's not this he's not who they've created this thing about Ranieri in their head, and they want. I think Arteta is looking at Ranieri the way I'm looking at Ranieri. I don't think he's going to come on the pitch and give you this piece of magic like that. They hope because Arsenal fans, like when they were doing the England selection last time, it's like, how come Ranieri didn't get picked? And it's like, it's clear why Ranieri didn't get called up. Like, so these are the same fans. It's like, put Ranieri in. He's not going to give you that much right now. Future, yes, but right now, no. Arteta didn't have a lot of moves versus Bournemouth in the second half. Bournemouth had moves. They put on Semenyo. And then who else they put on? They put on, I don't even think Evanilson started. I can't remember the Brazil guy that replaced Solanke.
Evan Nelson,
yeah.
Yeah.
like they put
Yeah,
on some.
He
He
started.
started, but I just remember their
Yeah.
substitution being so much stronger than Arsenal's choices in the
Mm.
second half, and those substitutions helped them win the game. You know,
Yeah.
so I you know, Arsenal get a
Mm.
9, and we'll see you next season. But it's embarrassing to go full strength versus Bournemouth and lose. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, I just looked it up, and the other game when Bournemouth were at home, they won 2-0, and it was the one where Saliba was sent off
Yeah.
for like the foul near the halfway line, and everyone was debating like, was it a red
Yes.
or not? Um, but yeah, they got beaten that game, and yeah, this one I agree with you on Nwaneri as well, because it's like he's really talented, like he's a real big prospect, but you can't put that much on his shoulders as an attacking player and be like, well, we need you to come on and win us the game now, because like sometimes he will be able to do that.
Yeah.
But he's like 17, 18, like he ain't going to be able to do that every week. And in pressure situations, like he might deliver sometimes, but you can't be mad at him if he doesn't, because he's still a kid, he's learning. Um, so yeah, they should have stronger options in that. A club of their size shouldn't have to put that
Yeah.
on a kid. um, so yeah, that's yeah. I
I,
mean,
I think
I
some of
felt
these
like
clubs be like looking at like Lamine Yamal and they be like,
mm.
he's our Lamine Yamal, put him in. He's gonna do what Lamine Yamal does. No, it doesn't equate.
Yeah. And I think Arsenal, like they could have done better in this game, because like it was there. Like Bournemouth weren't like better than them, I don't think, in this game, but they had those two set pieces where they took their chances,
Mm-hmm.
um, and they were clever. And yeah, and despite this set piece coach, I saw a stat that Arsenal are like the team that have conceded the highest percentage of their goals from set pieces. So they painted this guy up on a wall in London. Like he
Doesn't
has a
he?
mural.
He has a mural?
Yeah, he has a mural. Like
Get
someone
out of here.
needs to go and throw a bucket of like black paint over that, and just
Oh
like,
man.
no, we need to clown Arsenal fans for that, because that's tragic. And like it's he's not, like I say, I said this earlier on in the season. If you're a set piece coach and you want to stand up and try and direct traffic on the attacking set pieces, and you're taking the credit when it goes in, you need to stand up and apologize to the whole stadium when your team concedes from set pieces. Because yeah, Bournemouth did them like that. The one off the throw in, that was like an old school Tony Pulis Stoke
And
Rory
that was
Delap long
Semenyo, right?
throw.
Who threw that
Yeah,
in, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
substitute off
Semenyo's
the
got a
bench.
hell of a
Yeah.
throw. But yeah, that was like old school. I love to see it. Old school. Really, let's throw it on top of that defense. Yeah, it's like Arsenal were sort of feeling the traumas of their past teams that used to go to Stoke and get done like that. So yeah, I enjoyed seeing that.
There's so much irony in that set piece stat because, we've been, pundits have been, for the fun of it, accusing Arsenal of being Stoke, with their set piece goals. And then they getting stoked the whole season. We didn't notice until during this match, they said the same stat. And I was like, wait a minute. You mean Arsenal being the set piece kings have been getting set pieced? So, yeah. So, because that's one of the advantages, excuse me, that they have over PSG, but it's not an advantage. Like PSG should be like, hey, what? As a PSG, they're vulnerable too. Let's get them.
Yeah.
And since we're talking about Arsenal, let's just talk about PSG versus Arsenal. They go back to Paris, and it's a big game. Paris is up 1-0. Paris is they're in the driver's seat. They got all these young kids. They have a style of play. They have all the tackles. I don't think they have any injuries. They have a coach who's won stuff before, including this particular championship, and he's got this team playing well. What do you think of Arsenal's chances of winning in Paris or overturning this thing?
I mean, I don't see it happening, just based off of the first game and based off of this weekend. So yeah, I can't see PSG slipping at home. Like we spoke on last week's pod when we were giving our predictions for these games, and my prediction at the time was Arsenal would win it by like a goal at home. I thought they were going to win 2-1 or something at home, and then PSG would win the leg in Paris, and we would then see where the aggregate rolled out. And the fact that Arsenal lost at home, I mean, it's only 1-0, like it's not insurmountable. Like if Arsenal score the first goal, like we got a game on our hands. But if PSG score, I can't see them slipping that. And I just don't see them losing this game. Like they can afford to draw this game and still go through. So I mean, I can't see anything other than a PSG not necessarily winning the game, but I can't see anything but PSG progressing. But you know, it's not impossible. It's not out the realms of possibility. It's perfectly doable if Arsenal are on it, but they need like a big performance, and I don't know if they have that in them right now. Like it's such a sort of, they feel so different compared to the team that blew Real Madrid away
2 weeks ago
in the space of a couple of weeks. Yeah, it's crazy. Like it's crazy. And yeah, they just look tired and low on confidence going into this after the weekend. So I don't know. Yeah, like they could surprise me. They could show up to Paris and just be on fire because Arsenal, they've got that in them. Like it's in there. Like I say, they've got the ability to do that. But I just think PSG are going to be super focused. You know, they're still chasing this like elusive, since they got the investment into the team. Like this has been like their goal, and they tried it the obvious way with Neymar, with Messi, Mbappe. It didn't happen, and now they got this balanced team of sort of young, hungry players, and I feel like it's potentially their time. I mean, they're going to have a tough final if they get there, whoever they play, but I just feel like they're going to be laser focused, and I don't think they're going to let it slip at home.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. I agree with you. It's tough. And the easiest thing for me to say is, yeah, PSG, because I did think, like you, Arsenal would win at home. I thought the Arsenal that faced Real Madrid was the real Arsenal. But after these last couple of games that I've seen him in, I feel like the Arsenal I saw versus Bournemouth is more the real Arsenal. And like I said, like they just stopped impressing me in the way they start games. You know, the mentality that they had in the beginning of the season or the last few seasons. When they jump on the pitch, it's on. They're ready before the whistle. It's go time. They slap the other team into the reality that this is going to be a game and that you need to put your guards up and play. But I don't know where that Arsenal is at. And even though PSG lost the weekend before they played Arsenal, I'm not sure Arsenal can beat PSG now that they lost the weekend before they played PSG in Paris. If you can't beat Bournemouth at home, how are you going to go to Paris and beat PSG with Luis Enrique, who's won the treble before with Barcelona, has won the Ligue 1, and that fan base that smells that this might be their moment. And also look at this. If Luis Enrique goes through and Barca goes through, you got Luis Enrique facing, like, are the football gods in on this too? Are they like, we want to see Luis Enrique face his old club, who he won a treble with and the Champions League with, in Paris versus France, which is just a bigger, match, a more of a spectacle and a big boost to the Champions League. So I don't know, man. It's going to be tough. Arsenal, it's not impossible, but it's just going to be tough, Arsenal.
Yeah, and PSG, like you say, they lost at the weekend, but I'm pretty sure they rotated like most of their team.
They did.
Like it was heavy. I think they might have made 10 changes or something from the team.
Yes.
They
didn't even start their goalkeeper.
Yeah, yeah, they lost 2-1 to Strasbourg, and let me have a look at their team. Like, yeah, the front three was like Barcola, Ramos, and Bay, where like the front three will be like Kvaratskhelia and Dembele and like maybe Doué. But yeah, that midfield had Seni May, Mayulu, Lee Kang in. Like these guys aren't going to start.
Right.
And yeah, Safonov in goal. Like yeah, there's so many players who like just they didn't even like care enough to bring some of their top guys on. They brought like Fabian Ruiz on and Doué on, but Kvaratskhelia stayed on the bench. Vitina stayed on the bench.
I don't even think Luis Enrique coached the game. Like they subbed him.
Just said the youth team coach.
It's a youth team coach. Yeah, he stayed on with the starters.
So yeah, at least they've got an excuse. Whereas, like, yeah, there is no excuse for Arsenal.
Yeah, none. And then we skipped over the Trent thing when we talked about Liverpool. What do you think about Trent officially, like making that video, walking up to the camera, sitting down, taking that deep breath, that sigh, and, you know, and then, you know, let me just keep it on Trent for me. Like, hey man, I'm a non-Liverpool fan, but you were great for Liverpool, and you deserve to do and go wherever you want to go. And so, good luck to you, and I hope you excel there. And that's all I got to say. And Liverpool fans, you can feel how you want to feel, because you made up your own rules as far as feelings is concerned.
Well, a very prominent Liverpool fan and ex-player has.
Who's this?
Yeah, Jamie Carragher. And I've seen your you threw some bait out there in the comments on one of his Instagram posts.
Really, I did. Really, what did I
see? Yeah, I see. You're getting a lot of nibbles on that bit of fishing that you're doing out there.
What? Just being
the
honest.
thing for me
bro.
is like I can understand Liverpool fans being upset
100%.
because this is a kid that came through your academy, like became one of the best, right backs in the world, won the league 2 times now, won the Champions League. And like those players, you want them at your club for life kind of thing. You want that fairy tale story of,
until they get old and you discard them and say they ain't no good no more. Yeah. Till you decide, get out.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, I think like one of the bones of contention is that he's going for free, but equally, we don't know what's gone on behind closed doors when Liverpool have tried to offer him contracts, what he's turned down, what those conversations were. But also as well, like he didn't cost you anything. Like this is someone from the academy. Like he's cost you obviously wages and whatnot, but like, I mean, he's given you like so many years of service, and I don't begrudge a player wanting to sort of broaden his horizons and experience something different once he's done all that. Like, imagine being a Southampton fan. We have to say goodbye to these players after like 2 years.
Yeah.
Because they need to go and do something better. We don't get to see them win trophies for us or anything.
You just talked about Lavia. He bounced after you went down. It's like you could have used the Lavia the whole season. He would have been the difference between you going up and staying down.
Exactly. Like he wasn't an academy kid, but like you look at like Tyler Dibbling. Like this is like his breakout season for us, and then we're going to probably have to watch him like go somewhere else in the summer. And I don't even know if it's going to be somewhere good. That we might have to watch him go to like a West Ham or something, because that's where we're at now. And it's like, imagine that. Imagine seeing like this academy kid who could have played for us for years and done something. Like, we had to watch Gareth Bale leave. We had to watch Walcott bounce. These are kids for our academy. Like Luke Shaw. Mane wasn't an academy player, but he did well. We at least got a couple of good seasons out of him.
But that's the thing. This it's kind of hypocritical. Like they don't mind buying all your best players and using them to win something. And they're like, shut up, Southampton, we're taking this person. And then now Liverpool does it to them. And it's like even and they got some value for it. Like you lost their captain. They're isn't the Dutch guy from you guys too?
Van Dijk.
Van Dijk.
Yeah, although he wasn't he wasn't an academy player. Like
No,
he
he
played
wasn't
for a bunch of
academy,
clubs,
but
but yeah,
still, you know.
yeah. I mean, but that's the nature of football. But I mean, yeah, it does. It's a little bit strange. Like he's not like bouncing at the first opportunity. He's not. You know, he's played there for a while, and like you don't want to have your first experience of something new when you're like 32 and go and play in another league or something. Like just I don't know, just like yeah, there's opportunities to go and play for a huge club as well. Like I know Real Madrid are a bit chaotic and you know whatnot, but I mean, yeah, it's a chance for him to do that. And like I say, I can understand Liverpool fans being upset. What I don't understand is some of the anger and the hate kind of thing. Like there's like fans at the Chelsea game, I think it was, holding up a banner, like pretty much calling him a scumbag kind of thing, and saying like, you will walk alone kind of thing. It's like this isn't the way to treat someone that's won leagues and Champions Leagues for you
Right.
and come through the academy. Like that's the thing. I can understand the disappointment. I can understand being upset. I can't get like my head around the anger.
Careful. Don't tell Liverpool fans how they should feel about their player, bro. Careful.
Yeah, and like he's never like refused to play a game or anything to try and like force a move. Like he's still been playing this season. He's been part of a title-winning team this season,
like a
and
integral part. Integral.
Yeah, and like there's some Liverpool fans I've seen now online, and these aren't like troll Liverpool fans. There's Liverpool fans that I know who I've seen being like, he shouldn't play another minute for the club this season. Like, no, why? Like, let him have a victory lap. Let him have a farewell tour. Like I said, I can understand not being like happy that he's leaving, but the sort of the hate and the complete like disowning of this guy when he's done stuff for the club, I find strange. I can't get my head around that. And
why would you want to stay with fans like that anyway? This is a they turned this into
on
a
you
terrible.
like that.
Yeah, like why? Oh, I'm glad I did this because look at how you like are looking at me now after we had this amicable thing where I gave what you paid for, and now I'm trying to take my talents to Spain, and you're tripping on me like this. Well, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't be here. What would you ever be happy? You know what I mean? No, you wouldn't. Yeah. That's just you would never be happy. But I guess the thing I was going to say is I was watching Darren Bent talk about this, and he said something really good. Like it's fans, right? Fans feel how they feel. Like Jack Grealish left Villa to win titles at Man City, but he gave them 100 mil. He got them 100 mil. Now and fans are still pissed. Villa fans are still pissed that he got them 100 mil. And it's like, if Trent had gotten them money, they'd still be pissed. Like, there's always an angle where you could find a way to be angry if you want to be angry. So I don't think Trent had to give them anything more than a title. I'll take a title this season to lose a player. We did that with Ronaldo, like he left us for the same team. And and as a fan in the same position, we never hated Ronaldo. And everything that Ronaldo did at Real Madrid, that was a part of us too. And it's to the point where Ronaldo could come back to us like a few years ago. And we're like, no, we can't let him go to Man City, let him come to us. So, hey, man, even though I didn't want Ronaldo when he came back the last time, but hey, man, it is what it is. How's my thought under Jamie Carragher's post doing now?
I mean, let's have a look. If anyone wants to go see it as well, if you go onto his Instagram, it's the one where it's like a picture of him saying, "Don't tell Liverpool fans how to feel about Trent." So yeah, you You got 807 likes on it, so some people are agreeing with that.
Yeah,
I mean, I just put it up to 808. So, yeah, there are lots of replies. Like your mention's going to be popping off. I love it.
Yeah, and people are like, "Why are you commenting on a Liverpool thing? Because it's football. Are you going to tell me you never commented on another team's issue? Like, what rule are you trying to make up now that you're going to break tomorrow? Get out of here."
Yeah, football fans and hypocrisy go hand in hand.
Yeah, exactly.
It's it's a big part of it.
Yeah, 100%. Where do we go now? We know let's get Man United out the way, and then and then Southampton, and then
that's what most teams are saying when they line up against them each week.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like these are the least hurtful. This is again like the loss to Wolves. This is one of the least painful losses of our season for me, because I wanted to see Fredrickson play. I wanted to see Hamas play. I wasn't crazy about them starting the 17-year-old kid up front. You know, I was like, that's a lot. Fine, he's played a few games, but all right.
Yeah.
Throw him in.
Cheeto Obi.
Cheeto, yeah. Throw him in there, fine. But again, I just wanted to, because I think these guys will be good for next season. So it's good to get them games for this season. And then the game got embarrassing. We went down 4-1. We scored the first goal. We went down 4-1. But there were
that was the point when I messaged you.
Yeah.
Saying this rotation game better be worth it.
Right. But then so a lot of things happened. So my flight from DC was at 8:58. The game started at 9. So I started watching the game on the runway. And then there's Wi-Fi on the plane. So I got to watch 20 minutes of the game. So I was 1-0 up when even the Wi-Fi that you can purchase on the plane was just acting up, you know? But I knew at some point in the second half that we were down 2-1. Here's the funny thing. So I switched seats on the plane at the gate because they had me in the middle. So they gave me the last seat in the back, an aisle. Then some guy comes on the flight. He sits by the window. So there's a seat in between us. And he's like, I think they closed the door. Nobody's going to be in this middle seat. So we fist bump. So right? So then I start watching the game. And he said, "You a Man United fan?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "I'm a Liverpool fan." Then he starts trying to trash talk, you know, while I'm watching the game. So I'm watching the game and defending Man United to a Liverpool fan. And he's from Kazakhstan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then when it got cold on the flight, he put on a Barcelona sweat top. So I was confused. But yeah, so then I said, I can't watch this buffering game like this. Let me just watch it when I get home. So I watched some other stuff. I fell asleep. Of course, when we land, the game is over. And then the Kazakhstan over here, he's like, your team lost. I'm like, he doesn't know I don't want to know the score, but he fucking was bantering me at the beginning of the flight. Now he just told me the score. Your team lost 4-3. Your team lost again. And I was like, all right, I got to go home and see this. So when I went home, I started back at 1-1, and then I saw the 2-1. Then I saw the 4-1, but I knew he was going to get 2 goals from somewhere. So, you know, I didn't feel that bad, but I like the comeback spirit. I also feel like Amarin made a mistake when he put Eriksson in the game. I feel like that slowed us down a little bit. We were very competitive with a very competitive Brentford midfield, and we were battling back and forth, like winning and losing duels at an equal rate. And I like to see sometimes when games get scrappy like that. See everybody fighting. Like Ugarte had probably the best game of his Man United career. And one of the reasons why PSG let him go is because they don't think he's good under pressure. He can turn under pressure like all those other little dudes that they got. But in this game, I seen him turn out of 3 guys, 2 guys. Just bring them on. Like, you're not taking this ball from me. Turn around, pass the ball, make a progressive pass upfield. So it's like, that gives me hope for his future with us, because that's exactly what we need in our midfield. And what's the Argentina guy? I'm forgetting. Garnacho had some moments of sanity, like the pass to Mount and the goal that he scored. He also missed a sitter that Mount repaid him back. Like, it was like, you probably saw this at the games that you went to in the 9th and 10th league, where the ball comes across the goal. He's the only one there. He kicks, he whiffs, the ball goes through his leg, and it's like, you just blew a sitter. And in the same game, he had a goal and assist. It's good to see Ahmad back. Ahmad was lacking defensively. Like, one of the goals that Brentford got, Fredrickson had 2 guys over his shoulder and they had an overload, and they headed the ball in the back of the net against us. And Ahmad should have been, he just got on the field. He hadn't played wing back in a minute, and it did not help with his defensive, but then defensively, but then he did get a goal. And last week there was a highlight of him doing something really good in the small amount of time that he played. And it's good to have Ahmad back for almost at full speed for this Europa League game that's good we got coming up. So that's good. And Mount, yeah, he took out Ericsson for Mount. And I know you got to manage Mount's minutes. It's like, we have such a brittle squad that he can't trust playing the guys for a long time. It's like, I got to take Mount out before he gets injured. I got to take Shaw out before he gets injured. I can't put Ahmad in because he might get injured. Let me just play him. It's like, so we have these players back that you don't even trust their fitness. It's a weird position to be in, but it's good to have them back. And but the bench was crazy. Like, every week, because at the end of the season and people are coming back, our bench gets crazier. Like, he has choices. It's pretty bananas. So I don't mind losing when we use the youth and then we have a bench like that. And hopefully we can finish off Bilbao. What do you think about our chances versus Bilbao?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident you'll go through. You fully took advantage of that. That 10 men in Bilbao. You did not look that gift horse in the mouth. You went, right, okay, thank you, thank you for this advantage. We will fully give ourselves a chance of making the home leg less stressful by being clinical here.
Oh, we could still make that stressful. Don't worry about it. Man United.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't doubt you have the ability within you to mess it up, but I feel like there's a drive that you've shown in European games to not be beaten, and I think that will carry you through this one. I don't know if you'll win the game, but I kind of feel like if Bilbao do win, it'll be like a 2-1 or something, or we might have a draw. And yeah, I feel like either way, I feel like you'll go through. I'm hoping that it's not Tottenham you play, but if you do, I mean, there is so much pressure on you to not be the team that gives them their first trophy in in an age. We are counting on you. If that's
the whole country. We're the 3 Lions at this point. If we play,
but I mean, there's a lot of football to be played still for it to end up being a United Spurs final, even though that's looking like the most likely outcome right now. So yeah, I hope you guys can get it done, because it's been a rough season for you, and it'd be a nice little
it'll be rougher if we give Spurs their first title in a long time and make them not take away England's football's biggest joke ruin English football's biggest joke right now is
Yeah.
Spursy. Yeah, we don't want to be the team to do that.
Yeah, we can't be having that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you'll get it done though.
Hopefully, yeah. I think we'll get it done. I have faith in Europe because I don't think they press as much as England presses, as the Premier League team presses. And like, we got lucky with the sending off. But when we played Leon is like fourth in League 1, and we were beating them. And we just lacked the professionalism until we went down to like pull it together. Yeah. And but even up there, we got a point up there, and then we went at 2-0 ahead. Normally you should put away a team like that, but for a team like us to be like 15th, to be beating the number 4 team in the league, and just the way we were coping with them, I could tell that they're not as good as us. And the team before that, we played Leon. I forgot who that was, but they're in a respectable league. Was that a Spanish team? Can't remember what that was.
Sociedad.
Sociedad, like Sociedad was like nothing. Like it's like, and then Leon, and then Bilbao. So and we went to Bilbao 3-1 or 3-0. Like that's pretty bananas. So I expect to win, but let's see what type of cardiac arrest they try to give us before we get the win. I wouldn't be surprised if something terrifying happens on the way to that win. What else was I going to say about this? Nothing. If I have something else to say, we'll go back to it. How did you give Leicester 2 goals?
Yeah, I mean, like this season, that being 5-0 down to Spurs at home at half time, that was the rock bottom for me. Like it hasn't got worse than that, but this was pretty close. Just because like this Leicester team we've had 3 managers since Leicester last scored at home.
Damn.
Before this game. Like they've been 9 games without scoring at home, and we gave them 2. And we just looked bad in this game because it's like, come on, like we're trying to avoid this record of being like the worst Premier League team ever. We're joint right now on points with that Derby team. And our final 3 games are City, Everton in the final ever game at Goodison.
Oh shit!
And then Arsenal on the last day.
Don't worry, you got this. Arsenal's, you got it. Oh, you had me worried there for a minute. I didn't know it was Arsenal you were
playing. But like in this game, we were bad. Like we just had nothing. Like Leicester weren't good. You could tell Vardy was fired up for like this is like his like victory lap. This is his farewell tour. Like this is his second to last game at Leicester at home. And yeah, he scored the first goal. And I don't know if you saw the crazy moment we had in this game where the referee got knocked down and Vardy went over and blew his whistle. But we had like a 15-minute delay in the game as well, because like they had to give him like a concussion check to see if he could come back in the tunnel. And then so like everyone was just like sitting around like, what's going on here?
And you were at that game. It's crazy that you were at that game. That's a new core memory. Premier League memory, especially because you're going down. You could always, like I was at that Vardy game. Do the rest whistle.
Because I saw that happen from like the stands, and I was like, did he just go over and pull that guy's arm up while he's laying prone on the floor and blow his whistle? And then like I immediately went onto like Twitter on my phone. I was like, I looked at it and I saw the like people had like clipped it already, and I'm like, oh shit, he did. So that was funny, but I mean, there was nothing funny about our performance. It was just sad. Because like, yeah, we didn't like roll over completely, but we didn't lay a glove on them. We barely had any chances. Like we had to make 2 subs at half time. Like, your team stinks when at half time you're having to make 2 subs and change your formation. It's like, oh yeah, this is bad. And yeah, it was just barely any effort. And then like Matías Fernández is like one of our few players who looks like he's trying still. And they subbed him in like the 57th minute. And then our fans did a continuous chant of his name until the final whistle. It didn't stop.
Oh shit! At least they showed energy in something.
Yeah. But yeah, it was just.
What did that chant mean?
It was just basically saying the fans were unhappy that he was getting subbed that early as well. The manager said that he had had an illness during the week and stuff, but he looked fine. And also if he's one of the few ones trying, leave him out there, let him lead by example, kind of thing. So yeah, the fans chanted for him. I mean, that was one of the only bright spots was him playing. We had a kid from our academy called Jay Robinson who came on for half an hour and actually looked okay. He just had nothing around him. So that was another thing. We got another half decent academy kid. But for the most part, it was bleak. It was bleak. We've gone to the other most terrible team in the Premier League who haven't scored in forever, and we've given them 2 goals. We've barely done anything ourselves. And that put them 10 points. They're 19th, we're 20th. That put them 10 points ahead of us.
Damn.
And they've been terrible.
And they're second from the bottom, and they're 10 points ahead of you.
Yeah, they are awful, and we are 10 points worse than that. That tells you how bad we are. It is just embarrassing. And then I had to go and do a show in Leicester, and there were people at the show in Leicester shirts, as well. And come on, I had to really psych myself up for that one because I was like, this is a sad day.
You have to give yourself a talk up.
Yeah. So that was just a sad day. I'm gonna make I need to record the voiceover still, but I'm making a video for this one as well. So yeah, if you want to see how depressing that day was, it's going to be a sad video, that one.
Can't be more depressing than this recount right here. Jesus Christ.
This is the sneak preview. But yeah, there was nothing to take from this game, really.
Damn, Southampton. Did you mention while you was on stage in Leicester that you were at the game?
No. I kind of wanted to, especially when I saw there's a couple people in Leicester shirts there, but it's like a chain of clubs. They've got a few different cities in the UK, and this was my first time doing a 20-minute weekend spot with them, and it was hinging on this set was whether or not they give me more work. It was my trial. So I was I can't afford to. It might have been fun if I did that, but it's I didn't want to step into the unknown. I was I've got 20 minutes of solid material that I know should work from start to finish.
Right.
I was with these stakes, I'm not gonna go off script with this. I'm just gonna go out there and do my job, unlike the Southampton players.
Hilarious.
So I stuck to my stuff and it went well. So I was I want to protect my work prospects rather than than get a clip or something about the football.
Yes, it would have been if the 20 minutes were going bad, then you're like, you know what, fuck it. You know what? I'm a Southampton fan. Fuck y'all, Leicesters. I guess we could talk about Spurs versus West Ham and Spurs versus Bodø Glimt. Come on, Bodø Glimt. You got to take them out on this turf midweek, Thursday. You could, man, even if you lose to us in the final, you beating Spurs to get to the final is your final. You know what I mean? And Man United beating Bilbao in Bilbao, that's Bilbao's final. You know, because they wanted to play the final is in Bilbao, and we beat Bilbao in Bilbao, so that's your final right there. But yeah, this would be, because I'm worried because Spurs beat us 3 times this year, but I don't think even in American football, the chances of you or the odds of you beating somebody you've beat multiple times in a season goes down drastically. And this would be so Spursy of Spurs if they met us in the final to beat us 3 times a season, face us in the final, and lose the game that really matters. And therefore like solidifying the term Spursy if it hasn't been solidified before.
Yeah, and I was watching that Bodø Glimt first leg game. I was flicking between that and the United game, and like I just like watching them score goals, and I was like, damn, there's like 3-0 up. This is pretty. This is getting pretty convincing. And then they conceded that one goal and changed my whole mood. And judging by the comments I saw from Spurs fans afterwards, it changed their whole mood as well because you know they were shutting that door and now they've left it like a little bit ajar for Bodø to sneak back through it. Because now they got to go up to the Arctic Circle. This team is like in the north. This is all the way up on a plastic pitch, and Spurs played like
it's beyond the wall.
It is way beyond the wall, and like Spurs played Tamworth, who are non-league in the FA Cup on a plastic pitch, and they struggled. They drew with like a part-time team on a plastic pitch. So, yeah, against a full-time team on a plastic pitch, a full-time team that have like, beaten good teams in Europe in the last few years. So, I would love a Bodø goal in like the first 5 minutes or something.
Oh, put the pressure on.
Just to really see them wobble. So yeah, I need to see if I can order like a Bodø Glimt shirt or something online before Thursday.
Man, get two. Get one for me in a small. I'd love to rock that. Yeah, that'll be crazy. It'll just be fun. Like expressions and all those guys from those Spurs platforms are already pissed. Like they're pissed at the 1-1 versus West Ham. Like West Ham and Spurs were like the both same amount of passively bad this weekend, except for like one or two of their players.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see. And the Champions League. Talk about one Champions League. You going for Barca or Inter? This game, the first game was played at Barca.
Yeah. Yes, it's at the San Siro next. And, I was on here last week saying that this Inter team, even though I went and watched them lose 3-0 in their local derby, I was like, this Inter team can't be underestimated. They're organized. They got goal threat. I mean, they weren't that organized in this game because they were letting Barcelona do some things. But I mean, the fact that they scored 3 goals away from home, it's anyone's in this second leg at the San Siro. And I mean, Barcelona, Yamal though in this game was unreal. Like that goal he scored where he just danced through the defense and then with like no backlift, he just opened his foot up and placed one in the top corner. Like, yeah, he's ridiculous. He is so ridiculous. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see just who rises to the occasion in the San Siro, because Inter, I think, are going to be tighter at home. I think they're going to be harder to break down at home, and they'll carry that threat on the break. So I'm looking forward to watching that one because I think it's going to be really entertaining, and I think it's going to be, I mean, I can't call it. I think Inter could take it home, but Barca, if all their attacking talents show up, I mean, Rafinha's doing crazy things right now, stuff that I didn't think was within him. Like, I always thought he was a good player. Like, he did some cool stuff at Leeds, and he's done some good stuff when he's been at Barca, but he's like elevated himself like to the top level this season. And he's really stepped up. And I mean, some of the stuff he's doing in that game, like it's like he's just pinging shots from like 30 yards out like it's nothing now.
Yeah, like that. Was that a corner he scored or a free kick in the Inter game? And then he hit the post twice, I think. But
he forced the keeper into a good save as well.
Yeah. So this is my pet peeve about that game. First of all, I feel like all the goals from that game were top level, top shelf goals. All of them. Like Lemille's, Dumfries's, and who has got a little bit of credit for that game to have 2 goals and 1 assist, but because of Lemille Yamal, they just kind of completely got overshadowed. Did I
Yeah.
say his name wrong? Yamal. But
Lamil Yamal.
Yamal. So it's completely been overshadowed. But and Thuram's goal, the first goal in the first few minutes of the game, that was like just a delightful artsy flick, you know. So, but I just been watching Barca most of the season, like sneaking games in after a Premier League game on a Sunday. I haven't watched the one from yesterday, where they were down 1-0 to like the team that's already relegated, and then but they didn't start their starters. They were resting people, but then they eventually brought them in and then leveled the game after halftime, and then went ahead and won it. And I just don't feel. I feel like they're the best team I've seen all year, Barca. And I've seen highlights of interplay when they have the 10 minutes of each game on YouTube. You know, I've watched a few of those, but I just feel like Barca's better. Now, I don't know if Lewandowski's back, and even if he's back, he ain't going to be in 100% playing shape. So I don't even know if he'll be a factor, but just the other elements of what Barca has attack, like they got so many midfielders, it's ridiculous. They have it's and class, just all class, and there's people, it's all academy people, and they all got it. It's crazy. It's like if you're Lamil Yamal and you make it into the Barca's starting squad, you're gonna expect maybe one other person to join you from the academy, and you have to get to know all these grown ass men. You know, and it's the reverse. Like, oh, I played with you all my life. I played with you all my life. I played with you, you know, like Balde, and then the people he didn't play with, like Kunde. I don't know what Kunde's injured or something, but him and Kunde are a match on eHarmony. Like on that side of the pitch, they are perfect together. So I just got to put it on. I feel like Barca is the best team I've seen all year on a consistent basis. So that's why I think even if they're going to Inter, no disrespect, but yeah, I feel like it's Barca. We'll take this one, but it's all going to be fun. What that fantasy league do? Tell me you beat Martin.
Yeah, it was a better week for me than mine. It was a better week for me than mine, definitely. I mean, the bonus points have just gone in for today. Yeah, so me and Martin, like, I went ahead of him, and then I had a couple of weeks that sucked, or a couple of game weeks that sucked, and he was getting cocky because he had Trossard scoring for Arsenal a bunch. And he stuck with that. He captained Trossard this week, so bad luck, Martin. Trossard did nothing. Most of his players did nothing, and the ones that he had who did do something, like Isak, I've got them as well. So there was nothing really doing for him there. The only one he had a sort of that did anything other than that was like Van Dijk scored for him. But Martin finished the week on a.
Van Dijk scored twice yesterday.
Well, yeah, technically they should have chalked one off for that. But I mean, yeah, Martin finished the week on 34 points, and I finished the week on 54. Because yeah, some people came up big for me. I had Edison got me a clean sheet for City. Gvardiol got me a clean sheet for City. Bowen got me a goal. Murillo got me a goal. Isak got me a goal. And Martin has Murillo, but he benched him. And I didn't. I had faith that he would do something for Forest. My only mistake was I benched Hudson for Bournemouth, who ended up scoring that goal off a long throw, off Semenyo's throw. Yeah. So I left 8 points on the bench there with that one, but I still finished 20 points ahead of Martin this week. So that took me back up above him because he jumped up above me last week. So yeah, I've gone back above Martin now. I'm 14 points ahead of him. Good. 3 games left, so it is all to play for. He could still turn it around. And
no, he
can't.
Me. He can't.
That's what I'm hoping. But yeah, so that's where we are down in our little our little battle further down the table. The top of the table is as it was. Ahmad Zekri still number one. Like I said, I think he's
Zekri
going to be
don't
the
play.
champ.
He don't
Yeah,
miss him.
he's almost 100 points clear at the
Man.
top as well.
So it's a wrap. He's Liverpool.
Yeah.
He got this already.
Yeah, he's like 96 points ahead. So he's killing it. Brian Avina's in second. And then Joey Duda's in third. He's like
Brian's Arsenal and Duda's Man City.
Yeah, so yeah, that's just where we are with the top three. And yeah, I mean, every week I only look at the top when we do this recap. I'm just focused on that. Me and Martin battling it out for 17th and 18th. I even jumped up as high as 15th early this week, or early in the weekend.
You went into the Man U spot.
Yeah, but that was only because I had like Guardiola, Edison, and Marmouche for City, who all got some points. And so on the Friday, that jumped me up because they were the early game, or the first game of the game week, and then it kind of equaled itself out over the weekend. But I'm happy with that. We got a big week next week. I mean, I've still got those 3 City players in there, and they're playing us. Martin doesn't have any City players, I don't think. So, I'm banking that we will still be bad. So I fully expect that. So yeah, we'll see what next week brings.
It's hilarious. It's so funny to see people like basically bet against their own team. That'd be so hard for me to do. I'd be stubborn, even though it would make like sense. It'd be tough for me to do. Takes a special set of balls.
It's not been tough for me to do at all this season. It just makes sense to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And if it can bring me some silver lining to how bad my team is, I really should have put Vardy in this weekend.
Don't get it twisted. I'd do it to beat Martin, but it's still tough. There's one more. Oh, let's give some congratulations out to Eric Dier for winning the Bundesliga. Michael Olise for winning the Bundesliga. Vincent Kompany for winning Bundesliga. Congratulations to them all for winning the Bundesliga. What? They won the Bundesliga for Bayern. What's the problem? Congratulations, man. They'll leave anybody out? What's going on?
I don't think so.
All right.
I don't think so.
Cool. Eric Dier. Who would have thought Eric Dier going all the way to Germany, playing, starting games for Bayern Munich, and winning the Bundesliga and Adidas. Michael Olise, straight out of Palace, going there, London club, going to Bayern, and young kid won the Bundesliga. Good for him. Yeah, it's a good shit. Anything you want to plug? Any last words?
No, just give me a follow on Instagram if you're not already. Lee Hudson Comedy. I'm going to post up a sad video from the Southampton Leicester game. But I got some more interesting stuff up on there. The Milan Derby videos up on there.
Right.
A bunch of other games I've been to this season as well. So have a look at those. And if you look on my stories, I've got some. I've been posting pictures from like the games I've been at this weekend and stuff.
All right, cool. Yeah, trust y'all. It's gonna be sad. Check it out. Had a good fun at the DC Comedy Loft this weekend. I got some other shows coming up. So go to my Instagram at Ian Edwards Comic, and I'll be posting, sketches and stand-up bits there and clips on the podcast. So everybody be good, take care of each other, spread the love, and we'll see you next week. 1.